Okay, the Delhi Development Authority recently announced the operational guidelines of its much-awaited land pooling policy, which talks about how the policy will be implemented. The policy is expected to open up 20,000 hectares of land for housing in the capital. While this is going to change the real estate landscape of Delhi NCR, there are fresh concerns that the politics playing out between the centre and the Delhi government could jeopardize this mega scheme. Oineetom Ojha reports.
DDA, along with private developers, aims to construct 50,000 houses for the economically weaker sections and 2 lakh houses for the general category in the first leg of this housing construction drive. The first batch of construction is expected to start as soon as the Delhi government notifies 95 villages as development zones of DDA and 89 villages as urban villages in areas like Rohini, Narela, Najafgarh and Dwarka, and parts of North Delhi which fall in zones L, K2, P, N and J of the Delhi Master Plan.
The land that has been acquired in Delhi through the farmers is at very low rates. I would say even lower rates than what is available in Noida and Gurgaon. So my sense is that developers will be in a very good situation to be able to launch at price points which are very competitive to the Noida and the Gurgaon region. And if that happens, the pricing will get impacted from a point of view that they may not come down, but they will certainly not go up.
Will property investors now need to figure out the fallout of this anticipated stock of homes in the NCR on the property markets of Noida and Gurgaon? Markets which cashed in on the fact that the Delhi property market had very less to offer to the lakhs of home buyers. These two property hotspots of the NCR are already under stress because of a huge demand-supply gap and piling up of unsold inventory. According to JLL India's data, the unsold inventory as of March 31st stood at 1,07,000 units in Noida and 24,000 units in Gurgaon.
Noida have gained their own critical mass and the large swathes of population which lives there would rather choose to live there even if they were given an option in Delhi because of the place of work, the high quality of urban infrastructure, the young demographic. So I do not think that the land pooling which will create a lot of housing stock in Delhi would really have any significant impact on Noida or Gurgaon.
Impact on Gurgaon and Noida would be really that Gurgaon is and Noida both established markets. It already has the infrastructure. There are offices there are hospitals, there are schools, there's connectivity with train and metro, highways, etc. So to really establish a new location takes very long. So I don't see any immediate impact on these two markets.
While the story looks good thus far, the ongoing tussle between the Delhi government and the centre over governance and jurisdiction might play spoilsport. The DDA is a central government agency and the villages where land pooling has to happen is under Delhi government.
If the central government and the Delhi government are at loggerheads with each other, I mean clearly there's going to be a huge gap between what the city or what the Delhi government wants to do for the city and what the central government wants to do for the city or is willing to do for the city. So, I don't think this tussle is good for Delhi. Well, right now both sides are throwing the constitution and the rule book at each other. But this is essentially a political problem and it should be looked at through the political prism.
It's not just the Delhi government's notifications. The DDA has to develop the software to invite online applications for the land transactions and initiate an in-house exercise to prepare Khasra-based maps for most of the zones before it rolls out the policy.
DDA has its action plan to resolve the housing issue in Delhi in place. But this is subject to the speedy resolution of the political slugfest between the elected Delhi government and the central government. In New Delhi, Oineetom Ojha, NDTV.